Good morning, Springs Lighthouse. I'm Dianne Godwin. For those of you who don't know me, I am involved in women's ministry and the audiovisual ministry at the church. Have you ever felt like you're in a time of life where you are desperately looking for a shortcut and God is making you take a really long way around? Well, he did the same thing with the children of Israel. Back in Exodus, when they were finally freed from Pharaoh, we read in chapter 13 and verse 17, God did not lead them by the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, lest perhaps the people change their minds when they see war and return to Egypt. God actually made them go the long way around. He knew their humanness, and he knew that they would probably freak out and try to go back. And isn't that often what we want to do? So they find themselves up against the Red Sea with the Egyptian army bearing down behind them, and they see no way out. So they complain to Moses and ultimately God. And in Exodus 14, verses 13 and 14, it says, And Moses said to the people, Do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today. For the Egyptians whom you see today, you shall see again no more forever. The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. The first thing we see is that he encourages them to not be afraid. And I know that's our first response when things don't look good. We become afraid. But he is telling them not to be afraid. And he has good reason, because he has a plan and he knows what he's going to do with their lives. The next thing he tells them is to stand still. And that's exactly the opposite of what we usually want to do. We just want to turn tail and run away and hide somewhere or go back somewhere safe, somewhere comfortable. But he tells them to stand still. And as they're standing still, he wants them to see. When we are afraid, we often close our eyes tightly and we can't see anything. We can't figure anything out. But he's not even worried about them figuring anything out. He wants them to look to him and to see the salvation that he will accomplish for them. It's what he's going to do. It's not what they will do. It's not how they will help him, but what he will accomplish for them by himself. And just think, if they did not take that long way around that God took them, they would never have seen this amazing miracle at the Red Sea. They wouldn't have seen the waters part. They wouldn't have walked across on dry land. They wouldn't have seen it close back up over the entire Egyptian army. God knew what he was doing, and God knows what he's doing in your life too. So if it feels like you're taking a long way around and you are looking for that shortcut, maybe stop looking for that shortcut and be encouraged and look to God. Don't be afraid. Stand still and see what he is going to do. Trust in him. He has a plan. And this pandemic did not take him by surprise. He knows what's going on. He knows what he's doing. And he knows what's going on in your life. He loves you dearly, and he cares more for you than you can ever imagine. So trust in him. And I just pray that you would be blessed and encouraged today.